Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm going to tell you why the best dungeon masters in the world are elitist jerks. Let's get into it. So I was up on the YouTube looking for good content, and I found this amazing video where a guy said, this is why the best designers in the world are all elitist jerks, right? And I was like, this sounds interesting. There's a lot of amazing a lot of amazing content creators up on YouTube. I'm one of them. and so I watched this video, and boy, did he slam dunk that concept. Knocked his opponent back in the paint, man. He nailed it. He was 100% right. Here's why the best designers in the world are elitist jerks, right? At the macro level, at the 51% level, right? He's not saying every designer is, but he's saying most, right? So here's his supposition. Link below for the video. Fantastic video. And he said, here's why it works this way, right? So like there's this orange juice. There's this beautiful thing that you use to create orange juice, right? And it looks like a rocket ship, and it's an incredible piece of design, right? But it's actually kind of not super functional, right? But it looks amazing, right? And this guy who made this juicer, right? In order to make this thing, he made this thing that is quite literally beautiful, but functionally not great, right? And when he did it, you could bet, right? Everybody was like, you could put this thing right through your hand, all right? Like you could just stab yourself with it, right? And it's a lot more beautiful than it is functional. This is but it won awards, right? And the reality is it costs a fortune, and it's a commercially successful product, and it's like an Oscar winner of juice, of orange juices, right? But in order to get there, this guy and this is what this guy explained. He said the reason why the best designers in the world are jerks is they have to, if they don't believe in their vision, no one else will, right? So this guy was like, I'm going to make this this incredibly beautiful orange juice juicer, and maybe it'll be a little dangerous, and maybe it won't even work that well, but it'll be the most beautiful juicer ever, and it's going to be commercially successful because people are going to want this thing in their kitchen just as a talking point, right? And people were like, oh, you should make this safer. Oh, you should make this, just more functional. And he had to go, no, you can go kick rocks. I know my vision, right? And he had to be a jerk. He had to say, the whole world is wrong, and I am right, right? And he had to bare his teeth and say, you can go suck eggs. To everyone, right? And that's what the best designers do, right? They're like, nope, my vision or nothing, right? And that's why the best designers in the world at the macro level, at the 51% level, are all elitist jerks. Guess what? For Dungeon Masters, this is 10 times truer, right? You have to say to yourself, we have a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Dungeon Master shortage. You want to hear why? In order to be a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Dungeon Master, you have to say, I will build a world. I am smart enough to build 100 to 1,000 NPCs. I will build 10 to 100 locations, right? I will create a new magic system. I will populate it with new spells. I will create unique magic items that are better than anything anyone at in the D&D design team made. Anything can be found on the DM's Guild. I will captivate every single person at my table, and they will all want more, right? Now I'm going to tell you right now, right? You're going to do what you do for your players, and then one guy's going to oh, it kind of took too long. Oh, the story wasn't great, right? But you know who will be the first person to say that the game sucks? You, before you even put pen to paper. You will say, oh, I can't do that. I can't do all that. And you have to be a jerk to yourself, and you have to be a jerk to the world and say you can all go kick rocks. I rock. I world build. I am a world maker. I am a world shaker. I am a world breaker. Nothing is beyond me. Nothing. I will build worlds. You know who did that the first time? God himself, right? And in order to be a dungeon master, you have to say, God, he had this big project in Genesis. He made a whole world. Made a whole bunch of creatures. He made a whole bunch of people. I could do that. And guess what? The only people in the world who do that and do it well are all elitist jerks. Hello, Pot. This is Kettle. Yes, that means me, Scott Garibay, is a gigantic elitist jerk. In fact, I am a double-dipped elitist jerk. One, I am one of the best. So who fits this for Dungeons & Dragons? If you're one of the top 3%, top tier, top 3% of all Dungeon Masters, you are almost, I would say 90% you are an elitist jerk. I am definitely an elitist jerk because I'm one of the best Dungeon Masters in the world. Okay? And then I'm a double-dipped elitist jerk because I got this channel, right? And I'll tell you right now, I get fools up in this. I get fools every single day. So I have this unique vision of Dungeons & Dragons. And they're like, Scott, you're wrong. And they tell me every day. And I tell you, I know Dungeons & Dragons better than anybody on this planet. In fact, I'm the only person on this planet that actually understands what Dungeons & Dragons is, right? And the whole world lines up to say, Scott, you're wrong. And you know what? I say, world, you can go kick rocks. I know the truth. Right? And I'm trying to teach it to you. In my humble opinion, Dungeons & Dragons was never a game. It's always been a tool. It was a tool on day one. It's a tool day now. Right? And so that is how you fully understand that the best Dungeon Masters in the world, including me, are pretty much to the last. Right? There might be one or two exceptions. Elitist jerks. Right? You have to be a jerk to yourself. You have to be a jerk to the world. And you have to say, I'm right. You're wrong. And you have to say it again and again and again. And you can never be dissuaded, and you can never be discouraged, and you can never be broken. And that takes being an elitist jerk to say, the whole world is wrong, and I am right. And we need more elitist jerks to make sure we have amazing top-tier Dungeon Masters. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and a wonderful millennium.